Right, so that's another video done. What shall I do next then? I'm starting to run out of ideas a bit. Garden Warfare 1 maps might be a good idea. But should I do them both in one video or separate it based on games? Let's ask on the community tab, let's do a vote. I'm going to do a tier list. No way, I might not necessarily do it, so let's say... So if I do a tier list, let's do it if I was to do a tier list. That way I don't have to do it if I don't want to. It's only a suggestion, and I'm not actually going to do it, right? Can't wait for the vid. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to do it then. Well, let's go. What's up guys, I'm GMVS and I'm back for another tier list video. This time, as promised, I guess, we've got all the maps in the first two Garden Warfare games. Also, before I start, I do prefer the maps in Garden Warfare 1 generally. I know Garden Warfare 2, they're more different to each other, but I feel a lot of them are smaller, so spawn camping's a lot easier. Garden Warfare 1 has some great turf maps in particular. I think Garden Graveyard is infinitely better in the first game. So the tiers I've got here are a bit renamed from previous ones. I've got 6 now. I've got the best, such fun, decent enough, okay, boring, and cancer. The maps themselves, I've arranged them, start with Garden Warfare 1, then go on to 2. I've not separated them into normal and turf ones, because I'm too lazy for that. And the images are a bit random again, but it's hard to find decent ones, so we've got to stick with what we've got here. So enough talking I guess, let's get on with this map's tier list. First of all, we have Chump Town, obviously from the first game. And this map I do enjoy, although I find the name ironic because chumps are easily the worst character to use here, because it's a bit of a campy one. Obviously that one with a giant tomato, in case you've forgotten. I feel this is a good map all around. Wouldn't consider it one of my favourites on the first game, but I think I'll still put in such fun. Now we have the first turf map on here, Driftwood Shores. This one definitely is my favourite final objective. Driftwood Shores is a really fun one, I'll put it in the best actually. The only thing I don't like is the castle point. It's fun to play, but it's really hard to capture as the zombies. Next up is the garden centre. This map I feel's got a cool aesthetic, but it's just the same every time you play this map. Everyone just camps in the middle, and plants nearly always win. Pretty much all the action goes to the top there, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to put it in boring. I'm not sure how many people will agree with me on that one. The next map is Zombos Estates. I like this one. I think it's the only one in the first game that's more based on zombies than plants. I mean, obviously you can tell that from the name. I kind of like the dark Halloween-y theme of it. There's a lot of different places where you can fight and actually find someone. There's a bit of camping involved, especially that one place on the stairs. I swear the two teams just fight for supremacy on there, but overall I do think this is quite an enjoyable map. So we'll put it in the second highest one. Next up, it's Crash Course. I do not like this map. I think it's because it's a big one for sniper players. Pretty much the story each time, you just got a bunch of cacti sniping you out from the other side of the map. Also, it's really big and it's easy to get lost in, or it takes quite a long time to actually find anyone. Which, to be fair, I do have the reverse problem with quite a few maps, especially on the second game. But I'm not a fan of this one. I will give it points to the fact just about every class is viable in it, though. Even chompers are decent, and well, until you get sniped out by a soldier, of course. But not keen on this one at all. What also loses points is that it's the one you get when there's a dead lobby. So pretty much if you know that, you gotta pray that it's just general rotation rather than being put in a dead lobby. So I'm putting in cancer. Sorry. Wow. So bad I couldn't even put it in right then. Next we get Shark by Shores though, which is a lot better. It's also really enjoyable in ops, this one. I do like the pirate ones in general because of how they changed the normal zombies into pirate-themed ones. It's not as good as Port Scallywag, I don't think, but I still find this one pretty good. And even better yet, this one is Jewel Junction. I don't know why I chose this picture, but you can see a few jewels here, so you can tell what map it is. This is my favourite map in the game. I really like the indoor area, and the out one, and the one underneath that no one goes in, but it's fun when someone does. I feel a lot of people have a problem with a train that keeps killing you. I don't really have an issue with that. It's got a great... How do I put this? It's got a great... What I'm saying is that I really like the aura this map gives off. It makes you really feel like you're in the Wild West in a way. It's just a really neat and clean map. Yeah, both visuals and gameplay is my favourite. Also, apparently it's PopCap's favourite, so I guess I finally agree with them on something. Best. The next one we have is Suburban Flats. For me, this is basically like Crash Course, but good. Because the buildings are small enough, and the map's not like huge. It's not one of my favourites, so I'll probably just leave it in decent, but I will say it's good practice your rocket leaping skills with a soldier. And now... Mama Obviously, like I said, I do like all the Garden Graveyard maps in the first game, so obviously this one's going to go pretty high. I don't like it as much as Driftwood and Walnut Hills, but it's still going to be in such fun. The last objective is pretty fun, although frustrating with the amount of chompers that just defend the C4 points like their life depends on it. I mean, I suppose that is how you win the game. And now Port Scallywag. A lot of people seem to dislike this map. I've heard it be called the Time Park of the first game because everyone camps the ship or something. And I just don't really see that at all. Also, the middle bit is cool. And the bit where you go under it. I also really like playing this one on Garden Ops as well. It would probably be my favourite Team Vanquish map in the game, except one thing. There are these high up cliffs in one area where PG just camp away. I think the only way you can get on them is use Super P jump. And so yeah, I don't really like playing this map as zombies much. But yeah, it's definitely going the best still. Cactus Canyon. This is my least favourite turf map, but at the same time, it's still a good map. I say it's only my least favourite just because I feel this is the one that comes up the most often. And it's got my least favourite final objective. The whole push and golf into the whole thing. It's fun, but it's the worst out of them. The hotel bit is really cool though, and the two before that. First one's okay-ish with the old crash course-like parts. But I'm still going to put in such fun. And finally, my favourite map in the game, Walnut Hills. And this one actually seems to be controversial as well. A lot of people hate this one because of how easy it is to win as zombies at the end if you just stick energy warp in the scientist. And also, there's a lot of camping pea shooters on rooftops, especially in the first stage. But I can overlook all that. I will say I usually like playing zombies on it, but it's still my favourite map in the game. It's just so cool. The mansion part at the end is great. I don't care what you say. The energy warp thing is a bit broken, but other than that, it's great. Also, the part where you fight on the playground is just amazing as well. Anyway, we're on Garden Warfare 2 now. And first we have the only map that's brought back for a game other than Turf. I mean, technically, Aqua Centre. I feel this one's not great, but it's an improvement over Garden Centre because I feel like there's less camping for whatever reason. So I'll promote it to... It's better than okay, just because that tier's looking a bit lonely. Yeah, that's how I do it nowadays. Second one is Boney Island. I used to not like this one because for a while I just played private play and solo play before I just coughed up the money for Xbox Gold. I didn't like it in AI mode just because everyone camps the middle religiously, but I feel it's not as bad in multiplayer. I do not like it in this current mixed mode event at the time of recording, to heal or not to heal, because you pretty much have to bomb in order to win that, and this map is like one of those where that really pays off. But I'm having more fun with it now. I'll probably just leave it indecent. Now, Colosseum. This is one of my favourite ones. Probably wouldn't say it's my favourite, just because I find it's really annoying to get to the middle point when you're in the spawn. But it's a good one for long range ones. Super satisfying to play this as Cactus, Private or Foot Soldier. I'll play this in such fun. Suburban Flats, not the best one. It's once again another one of those where it's so predictable. Everyone's just going to go through those intersection points. When you can't find anyone for ages, then you find three at once who just kill you instantly. It's not a bad map, but I'm going to put this in boring. It can't really score any higher than that. Next we have Frosty Creek though, which not only looks great, but is great. Pretty much everything I said about Colosseum except without any frustrating obstacles in the way around it. So yeah, I'll pop that in the best. Lunar Landing is next. This is one of those that I enjoyed at first, but I'm a bit sick of it now. The gravity thing's really annoying. I mean, it depends what character you're playing. Really, if you're someone who can handle that well, like, I guess Super Brains or Cactus sometimes, if you've got decent aim, then it's alright. And I will say that I do like this map in Gnome Bomb, but other than that, it's nothing special. I'll put it in okay, though, because I like it better than Frontline Flats. Now Z-Tech Factory, i.e. the one I get lost in the most. I feel the warping points are cool and stuff, although I've noticed some people just fox guarding the ground portals a lot lately, just waiting for zombies to come out of it. Also, I really hate this map in Suburban Nation. I just don't know where everything is, and they're so close to the spawn points, so you can easily get shot out as soon as you respawn in. Should I put in decent though? Because I do enjoy it in Team Vanquish and Vanquish Confirmed. Yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put decent enough. Now, Moonbase Z. Oh, words cannot describe how sick I am of this map. I used to really enjoy it because when I played AI mode, I could never get to the last point. I found that really cool at first when you're pushing all the balls in, but honestly, it's not that good. It takes like 6 minutes, which I think is far too long. And the other parts aren't that good either, especially the low gravity ones. And about 90% of the time I play it, the last objective is really one-sided. I'm going to put it in boring though, because it's not as bad as crash course. Sandy Sands is up next. This is one of those where I feel spawn camping happens way too often because of how close they spawn next to each other. But other than that, it's pretty decent. There's not really much to say about this one though. I'm just... Should I put okay or decent? I'll put decent. I'll put whichever one it makes me then. Now we have Seeds of Time. I do like the concept of this. I like how everyone's completely different. But the one thing I don't like about it is the final objective. It's a crappier version of the final objective of Cactus Canyon. It's just another one of those that takes way too long. Plants win vast majority of the time. But still, that's just a final objective. So I feel like plants often defend like the second or third point anyway. Should I put in decent or okay? I'll probably put in decent just because I see many other turf maps going lower. And now the miniature version of Seeds of Time. Time Park.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It does look cool, I will give it that. And they're warping into different areas. Things sounds like a good idea. But basically, whoever wins this is whatever team just camps the middle the entire time. That's pretty much it. And the points are really close to each other. And due to the fact they're labelled, you know exactly where everyone is. It's so easy to spawn camp in this one, it's ridiculous. I'd say this is definitely the shittiest map in the whole series. And of course there's this like very middle point where you've either got P-Gatlings or Super Rains or OP soldiers just staying there the entire time, picking people off. They're just waiting for them to go through the warp points. It's just the worst. It's not so bad for Gnome Bomb though. For anything else, no, it's bad. And now we have Zombopolis. Another one of those that I disliked in private play but don't mind in multiplayer. I'd say this is probably my favourite out of the 3 Herbal Assault maps. If I'm going to put in decent, last objective is really exciting, even though zombies win it most of the time. I also like how they brought back the old dual junction thing with a train coming past in one of the areas. That was a nice touch, yeah, let's put in decent. The next one is another Gardens and Graveyards one. This time we have Great White North. I don't like this one much. All of them look the exact same. There's just no real difference. And the last objective, zombies win about 90% of the time. That is probably my favourite part of the map though, regardless. And you've got Dancing Yeti at the end, so fair game. But other than that, I do not like it. Zen Peak as well. I feel this is like the most basic one there. Or that Frontline Flats, one of those two. But Frontline Flats wasn't in the game upon launch, so yeah. This is a pretty good map overall. Don't really see any issues with it. I feel like the spawns are a bit too close to each other for my liking, but other than that, I don't have a problem with this map. Should I put in Such Fun or Decent? I'll stick in Decent. And now Zomburbia. The final objective's a bit weird. I never really know what I'm doing there. It's better than Moonbase Z, but I feel Zombopolis is much better. The rest of it is okay-ish. Everything just looks the same. The one with the disco point's pretty fun though. It's just fun seeing people get trapped in it so you can just kill them easily. Other than that, I'm just going to put it okay. And last but not least, we have the Backyard Battleground. Because in Mystery Portal events, this is where the action takes place, like Capture the Taco. And it's probably the one time I actually do enjoy Rando's Rapid Revenge. It's quite a cool concept, actually. It's annoying when they try to get in your base, but other than that, I'm going to put in Such Fun. Okay, as always, I'm going to just do final changes and stuff now. I feel like I've been a bit harsh on Zen Peak. That's not one of those maps where like, oh, yes, it's Zen Peak whenever it comes up. I feel that only happens for Coliseum and Frosty Creek. So I don't think it's good of those two. Should I bump it up a place though? Yay, now the bottom part's been cut off. I mean, you know what's going to be the bottom anyway. I don't see any maps being worse than those, so we'll just leave that out. Seeds of Time I was putting decent. Yeah, none of the new turf maps got anywhere near the top. Anyway, that's a wrap for this video. This is just my opinion on all the maps. I don't feel Time Park in Kansas is going to be controversial at all, but... So I've been Gold Ninja Vlogspot. Subscribe if you're new. And please remember to give this video a like. Bye.